Damn it. I want to do a blah at the start, and then we start in. I think we should double it with the back pickup and a little more smiley. Let's see if I can double this guitar part. I got to catch that pause. Hang on. Ba ba ba. Bass. Oh shit, sorry. I didn't even think. Well, we're playing rock now. Best thing I've said all day, huh? Come on, bitch. Let's go. Haha, sick. I love that. That's totally Queens of the Stone Age. Jung, 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 jung. All right, let's play it. Oh, I've always got rock and roll in me. Yes, I can play drums. Oh no, I've got to play drums. I don't want them to be Foo Fighter drums. I want them to be a little sort of, a little more classic sounding. And don't get me wrong, I fucking love Foo Fighters. So really dead sounding. I'm not even playing drums and I'm puffed out. A guitar player trying to play drums. Fuck! Yeah. I haven't even had breakfast yet. I didn't even really have dinner. Ooh, naughty. Come on, motherfucker. I need Liam Finn. Not the fastest with my right foot. Pretty fast with the right hand though. Just that one fucking part. I'll just punch in. If it's not right, Pro Tools is gonna make it right. Very hungry. I don't even know what I played then. That's pretty good. Once more for the dummies. You feel attacked. You know those sayings that you just kind of grew up saying, and then you actually, when you think about what it actually means, or like, it's fucking terrible. Oh, I will not be saying that one again in public. I vote sloppy start. What do you reckon? All right, I'll leave the start all sloppy. I actually like a sloppy end too. That's cool. Dirty minds, all of you. Oh, hear the difference between when it's spot on, right? This last accent, pay attention. Okay, versus the drums being a bit later. How much weight is there? Oh, yeah. Blah. There's a difference between bah and blah. I'm a bit jittery. Okay, now I reckon it needs one more guitar. What do you guys reckon? Let's see what happens. Fuck. I feel like I've been in a mosh pit. Hey, what's happening? All right. Firstly, that was so difficult. I hope everything's working. I can't believe how many tech problems, how many blocks. You know, do you ever like... Hang on. First of all, before I crap on. Are people here? Twitch, can you hear me? Thumbs up. And YouTube, can you hear and see me? No? What about TikTok? I should be on TikTok. No, I'm not on fucking TikTok. Hang on. I'm not on TikTok. Let's fix that. Come on. Come on. Why does TikTok's never fucking easy. And now.
Yeah, I know shit analytics. Okay, let's go. Go live. Come on. Server error, for fuck's sake. Oh my God, I've tried to go live for the last 20 minutes and I'm losing my shit. Bear with me. Sorry, Twitch and YouTube. And now, go live. Come on. Server. Okay. Come on, baby. It's weird. It's like it wants to... And now. Okay. So what I'm going to do... What should I do here? Yes, save. That's right. Go live now. Server error. Yes, I know. I'm going to be swinging. Why is it... Okay. Sorry, guys. I gotta sort this shit out. I know. I don't want to like end stream for you guys and then start on TikTok and then I won't be able to... All right. Edit. Music. Save and go live. Streaming. Please. It like just starts for 1 second and then it stops. It's like it's trying to... Trying. Come on, positive. Feel good. 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 No. Why can't I get TikTok to work? I gotta run. This is gonna bore the shit out of you guys. It says like I'm online on TikTok. All right, so you're not listening to me bitch and moan. I'm gonna run another recap. I'll be with you shortly. So 2 gigs, Kununurra, Darwin. 1 gig made me want to chuck it in, and the other gig makes me want to do it forever. The RISE grant that we got that enabled us to tour remotely, along with venue availabilities, meant that unfortunately we had to fly into Darwin, and instead of playing a gig in Darwin, we had to drive 10 hours to Kununurra, play Kununurra, and then the next day drive 10 hours back to play Darwin. Fortunately, the drive to Kununurra was absolutely amazing, like beautiful cliff tops and just the open desert, the open road, and beautiful rivers. It was really something special. I strangely ended up in this mood that I couldn't shake, like right up until we rocked up to Kununurra, but the good, friendly, welcoming vibes we got from Kununurra Hotel definitely helped, and we had a good sound check, and I'm thinking, all right, we're coming out of it. Just before I get on stage, tech problems, the whole front house system and fallback system gone. Default settings, everything back to 0, which meant the sound guy and Tom had to desperately try and remember what those settings were that we created during sound check, and a lot of the mix was formed throughout the first 3 songs. In terms of the crowd, it was a quiet night. You have those nights on tour, but there were two distinct types of people in the audience. There were the peeps that wanted to connect to the deeper aspects of the set, and then there were others that just wanted to drink and have fun and move. So I found it a little difficult to choose which way I wanted to lean, and pair that up with being in a weird mood. I just couldn't shake the mood. It was doing my head in until the very end, when everybody's up on the dance floor, and apparently, Man on Fire has healing powers and makes people want to twerk. Much as what it was a really tough gig for me on stage, it was hard not to just be super stoked with the amount of joy the gig obviously brought people in the audience. So after the gig, we're preparing ourselves to drive to Darwin and completely forget about the 1.5 hours that we would lose because of the time difference, right? So we're up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 hours sleep. We're all waking up those first couple hours on the road again. The scenery was just absolutely amazing, but I won't lie, I was still kind of in that mood, but Cowboy Delirium hit in the van, thanks to James Van Cooper. I mean, what the... And it's hard not to smile when you got that around you. So we get to the Railway Club, and as soon as I stepped foot into that venue, I knew it was going to be a great gig. The staff, the production, I mean, looking around at the place, you can tell it's made for music. There's so much heart. And I was right, a killer turnout, and it felt like we're all on the same page, kicking off the set and then going to some deeper places as well, and then rocking it out at the end. It was always so awesome to see people dance to your music as well, and seeing them lose themselves. And there was a lot of magic between the three of us on stage as well, and I reckon that was because we made a decision before we got up on stage that despite how tired we were just going to surrender and have faith that the music was going to carry us through. And it did. It was absolutely smoking. And talk about victory when we got off stage as well. Big band room hugs. It was a really special night. Although, you feel incredibly invincible at the end of a set like that, nothing like having to cart your gear up 8 stories to bring you back down to ground. This weekend has been a reminder that you're just going to have gigs that are hard work, and there's going to be other gigs where you're flying high. It's also a reminder that it's not just about you, it's about the experience that you bring to the people. Next stop, Alice Springs, Adelaide, and Mount Gambier.
All right, I think I'm live on TikTok as well. Am I? Please. Yes? Please tell me I'm live on TikTok as well. Yep. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, yes. I gotta get this out of my system. For fuck's sake. Oh my God, that was just painful. But I will say this though. Very quickly am I reminded of how frustrating it was when I first started streaming 4 years ago. The setup was a lot more complicated than this. The tech was still, what's the word? It was still new. Live streaming wasn't the most common thing in the world. So especially as a musician, when I have studio gear, the routing was just doing my head in, and every single stream would come with complications that would really test my willpower. And also, you want to stream and have a vibe. And so a lot of the times, by the time I'd go live, I'd just be like, I don't want to do this. It's like when you have date night, right? And you kind of get into an argument with the other half, and then it comes time for bed fun. And it's like, I'm not in the mood now. I've lost my vibe. Anyway, if you're on TikTok, please give me a thumbs up if you can hear and see me clearly. I think YouTube's still working, and Twitch. It's been a day. I'm going to pick up the guitar. We're going to play some tunes, and I will tell you about my day, because hopefully with some of the challenges that I've had, I want to feel like I am not alone.
Can you see properly with my glasses on? Your glasses on. All right. Let me grab my guitar and we'll play some tunes. Please, in the process, tell me how your week's going. Are you happy that it's Friday? Did you have a good week? Hey, Kevin, what's happening in WA? All right. Let me play the baby Strat. So this was the Strat that they made me when I was like 10. It's still killer. It's still a great Strat. It still stands today. All right, let me tune up. Woo. Breathe, Cavalieri. You guys ever have to remind yourself to breathe? All right. I'm just going to play just a major blues, just a jam. Just a... All right. Getting there. Dan, I knew you were good, but this is studio album worthy. Calm down. Hey, thanks, Dan. Thanks for the compliments. It's funny. It's Friday. I remember having... Do you guys ever kind of look at the week ahead and go, ooh, it's like almost like you're in the ocean and you're looking at the sets coming in going, man, I've got to catch these. If I don't catch these, I'm going under. You ever feel like that? It was a bit like that for me this week. Not that there was anything bad or wrong, just big things, like just big. So my ex and I are trying to sell the family house, so that had sort of come to a point this week. You know what? It's been such a blur. I can't even remember. I'm putting together. Well, I'm trying to practice doing this talk. I've been asked to go down and give a talk. Well, that's so funny that the Dark Death Jam has just started. Let's just take a moment to sink in the gothicness of this. This is a jam that I did on Twitch ages ago. Whoa, that's dark, man. All right, enough gothicness. What was I? Yeah, so I'm giving a talk. Yeah, I fucking hope that was not an omen, hey, because basically going down to Canberra on Monday to give a talk to 90 owners of planes, like pilots. There for Pilatus, which I'm really excited about. But I have had a lifelong fear of flying that I've had to work with, and they're flying Smack and I down in one of their private aircrafts, which is like I think I was just looking it up. I mean, I'm hoping that the novelty of it will overrule my fear. So, like, there you go. It's one of these ones. So I'm hoping on the inside it looks like that. Come on. Greedo or whatever. I just don't know whether... I don't know if it's going to be like that or it's going to be like one of those ones. I really hope it's not one of those ones. We'll see. So that's why I really hope that jam was not an omen. And so working on that. In the background, I think when you've got to face a bit of a fear, it does take up a little bit of energy, like some space in the background, which is probably why I've been a little bit low on energy, but I'm trying to stay open, like make a point of not shutting down. Because when the fear or your stresses grind away, it's natural to kind of like start to go into protection mode. And when you go into protection mode, then you just resist everything rather than staying open and catching all those mini stories in the head that are bullshit, that are basically feeding your fears. And Jason, not helping. Planes are fine. Smack, they only crash once. Yeah, you're funny, bro. Dan, thank you so much for the Prime on Twitch. Anybody here fly on small planes? You want to give us a little bit of some words of wisdom, some reassurance? Oh, Lisa, cool. Yeah, I'll check him out after stream. Thanks for sharing. All right. Let's go. Let's play another jam. I'm in jam mood. Go a bit JJ Cale, shall we? Hey, Artie Ziff. That acoustic. Hang on, which acoustic were we talking about? I've got a few acoustics. I'm just trying to work out which one you're talking about. I think what you're looking at is not just a little nylon string, but I've got a 70s country western. I've got one of my favorites is the Yamaha SX. Oh, I keep forgetting. It's amazing. I've got a gold tone resonator guitar. Yeah. And Terrence. Yeah, I'm streaming on TikTok at the moment as well. So, all right. Here's some advice from people on Twitch about whether, flying on small planes, which I'm going to fly on a small plane on Sunday. Seriously though, flown in a number of small aircrafts as a student pilot and passenger and with regional flights on Rex, and they'll be fine. Good to know. Ride can be a bit more bumpy though, but try not to worry about it. Yeah, see, that's my issue, is that I'm not really worried about the safety. I do have trust, touch wood. I'm a bit sensitive to the floor dropping beneath me. Like, I don't mind this. It's when it fucking drops. I don't know, like, when it's going to happen and how long it's going to happen for. So I find it really unnerving because which is I feel like a bit of a silly fear because it doesn't really happen that often on a plane. But I think because I've just had a few really crazy flights, it's fucked with me a little bit in the head. I did go on one small plane in Arnhem Land, and the turbulence was a little bit different because it was slower, so it just kind of felt you could prepare your stomach a little bit more compared to like when you're going through crazy turbulence on a 767. But that happens in all planes. Yes, I know. All right, TikTok. I've got some questions here. Hey, thanks, Aussie. Are you the Nathan that was on Hey Hey? Yes, that's me. Jimmy James, what's your favorite time signature play that isn't 4/4? Probably 12/8, I'd say. Yeah. But I'm because I'm a blues man, so I just I can turn anything into 4/4. Thank you for this. I'm currently curled up in pain. Oh, in bed, and your live is giving me comfort. Let me play a song for you. Pick a mood. You probably don't know any of my original tunes. If you want to check them out, they're on Spotify. But yeah, let me know if you pick a mood. I'll try and match it with one of my songs or a jam. More than happy to. Let me know. Seen you live when I was like 11 in Darwin. Oh, sweet. Was that at the Crown? Like it was an outdoor gig, or was it at the sailing club, at the yacht club? Because both of those gigs were some of my favorite gigs I've ever done. Yeah. Thank you for the bits, Lisa. Appreciate that. Something chill. All right. I'm going to play a song Let's do Tilba. This is my latest song that's out at the moment. And it's about going through big changes where you can't see what's around the corner. And because the mind needs evidence to see in order to feel safe, sometimes you need to let go of that and get into your body and just have a little trust and faith in the unknown. That comes via presence. So this is a song called Tilba. All right. Nice. Oh, quiet on the crest, thunder thumping in my chest on the road home from Tilburg. I see dust storms ahead, clear skies rolling into red on the road home from Tilburg. With the sun on my face now, darkness awaits, can't return to the way things were. How could coming back home make us feel so alone on the road home from Tilburg? Safe and sound on solid ground, nothing can break us when I'm holding you and you're holding me. The birds from last fall don't come here no more, they are gone with the season's call. Nature's new beginnings, a promise of good things if we open up to what it brings. Oh, safe and sound on solid ground, these ebbs and flows, what will be, will be. Nothing can break us when I'm holding you and you're holding me. And if we lose our way, we can relive that day on the road home from Tilburg. There you go. That's my song called Tilba, which you can get online now on Spotify and Apple Music. We've got to make it available to people who want to own the actual file, though, on the website. You can download the live album from the website, so you don't have to be at the mercy of subscription to listen to it. Kazashi, thank you. While we're down in chill mode, let's do another one. Oh, you interviewed 1920, nice. Oh, they're incredible and such great dudes as well. I love seeing that they're out there kicking ass. Yeah, no worries, Nicole. I'm in a chill mood as well. Hope you're doing okay. Pain is not fun. This song is about knowing the difference between what's up in your head and what's actually happening in reality. And if you don't know the difference, you can be misguided. This is really hard to tell the story and play at the same time as to what your cause of suffering is. It's not what's happening here. It's not what's happening now. It's the winds of yesterday. It's bringing you down. Before you check out, before you give in, just know you're checking out of a place you've never been. 'Cause I see the trees and you see the shade, and I see the sunrise, you see burning flames. Before you check out, before you give in, just know you're checking out of a place you've never been. When you're shaking in sun, and the soldiers at the gates are on the run. Open your eyes, it'll soon crystallize. You're fighting a war that calls you no more. Ooh. It's not what's happening here. It's not what's happening now. It's the phantom of the past. It's prodding you in the ground. Before you check out, before you give in, before you check out, before you give in, just know you're checking out of a place you never been. Yeah, that one's on my album Demons, if you want to check it out. It's obviously, if you follow the lyrics, there's a deeper meaning behind that one, which I'm not going to go there tonight. But this talk that I'm putting together for Pilates, it's like a life journey talk. That's what they've asked for. And it's interesting to just, like, I mean, I've been prompted to give a life journey talk. If I didn't have to give a life journey talk, I probably wouldn't be reflecting on my life. But when you put together something like that, it does make you think about what you've been through and how it colorizes your moment and your future, like how much it makes up for what you are now and why you do the things that you do, and even simple things like just when we go through tough times, we often just don't want to think about them, so we just like move on, right? And sometimes the PTSD mind ruminates on it, but it doesn't really reflect on it. That's the emotional self. Doesn't really reflect on it as an observer to just kind of go back and check in and even just appreciate how far you've come to be able to go, those things are in the past now. It's amazing what we carry from the past. So and also just some hilarious moments. Like I might as well share one with you. I've shared it on Twitch before. But just there's a part where I actually talk about, after meeting Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits, how life changed for me at 6, 7 years old, 8 years old. And then, there was all that media attention. This is pre-pause, by the way, you guys on TikTok. And then I kind of had to establish how surreal things became to kind of paint the picture on this personal journey talk of going from living a suburban life, dad's a brickie, mum runs a coffee shop, to them being in LA. And I forgot about this. And this is a little moment. And it sounds like I'm name dropping, and maybe I've forgotten about it because of all the shit I went through when I was a kid with people putting me down. And any time I talk about, like, it's hard for me to talk about that part of my past without dropping a name, because the reality is that that's the circles that I was moving in amongst. And they are just memories that I'm sharing. It's not because I'm like, hey, fucking hell, I did this. So I block it out. I've forgotten about it, and until I've had to dig it up for this story. So one of those moments is, this is just in one day. I remember hanging with Joe Pesci. Even just saying that is bizarre. Joe Pesci. This is before I had watched, obviously, things like Casino and Goodfellas and all that. For me, Joe Pesci is Home Alone. That's his credibility, as Home Alone. And it wasn't until later that I started getting into the mafia movies, where I was like, oh, cool, let's check out this movie called Goodfellas or, Casino. And I'm like, hey, I know that guy. Fuck, I met him. We were hanging. No way. And in that same week, I was sitting at a restaurant bar with George Michael. And this was before George Michael had come out as well. So he was surrounded by girls. He had 3 girls on each arm. And I didn't know who George Michael was. But I'll tell you who I did know, who was mind-blowing. This was just surreal, was John Travolta. Because at the time, this is when they were pitching me to like Disney and all that to do some movies. And so there was like Warner Brothers, Universal, Disney. And so I'm like having, these encounters with these just A-list celebrities. And it's surreal, right? Because you watch them on movies and everything. And then we're in just the sort of reception area at one of the production places. I forget who it was. I needed to do a wee. So I was 11 or 12 at the time, about 12. So I go down the road. Go down the hall, and I'm taking a piss. And then this guy stands next to me, and I look up, and it's John Travolta. I'm like, oh my God, I am taking a wee right next to John Travolta. And then we awkwardly followed each other towards the same reception area. And so I'm like walking and then like looking up, and then he catches my eye, and he's like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey, how are you?" It's like, "Good," and then it's like, John Travolta, no way. But you know, anybody who lives in LA, this is not an unusual thing. We're just not used to it being here in Australia. I don't know if all these stars and A-list celebrities live in LA anymore anyway, whether they've got places overseas that they live in. And but it's just I'd forgotten about all that stuff. I'd forgotten about so much. I'd forgotten that I'd had lunch with Chuck Berry in Zurich. Like I remembered it, and then I just forgot. And I was just, because I relay this one story about playing this festival, and but then when I was really going in and trying to remember it, I was like, holy shit, Chuck Berry asked me to lunch. And when he asked me to lunch, he said no adults can come. I just want to hang with Nathan by myself. And we just hung in the catering area having lunch. And I know he spat lots of food at me. I just remember that he was talking and eating at the same time. And I felt these little dollops on my face. Yeah. Hey, just here on TikTok. Oh, well, I'm glad. And I thought, you hang out with Iron Maiden all day and had no idea who they were? Yeah, I've got so many stories like that. And he was so amazing in Casino, which is the movie where he takes a guy out with a pen at the bar. I think that's yeah. Oh, hey, Dre in TikTok. That's another person I didn't know of. I was on Arsenio Hall, and I'm playing, and this hip hop artist was being interviewed by Arsenio, and he's sitting on the couch, and he makes reference to me, how it's like, how cool is this kid that can play guitar, and then Arsenio Hall goes, "Hey Nathan, you like rap music?" And I didn't like rap music at the time, and I kind of said, "Oh, not as much as blues," like, you know, because you're a kid, you literally answer things like as a matter of fact, like you don't understand, you know, whether it's going to offend somebody or whatever. You just answer the question. And then I got booed by the audience because, you know, when you tell an Arsenio Hall crowd that you're not really into rap, you're gonna get crucified. And I didn't realize until afterwards, until I was in high school listening, that I was like, I said that to Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre was the one who said that he loved my playing, and I fucking dissed him by saying I didn't like hip-hop rap as much as blues. And that's cringe. That is cringe. Yep. Lots of embarrassing moments, but no, I wasn't sassy. I wasn't being cheeky at all. Like I was just, you know what I mean? Like when you're a kid, when you don't understand what you just answer words. Like I didn't even understand sarcasm back then. Hey, Toowoomba, what's happening? All right, I'll play Boho Limousine for Erica. Imagine telling Dr. Dre his genre sucks. I didn't. Just to be clear, I didn't say that he sucks. I just said I didn't like it as much as blues. But yeah, basically, like, yeah. Anyway. Crisscross. Yeah, that's sick. I loved Crisscross. Not much, mate. Relaxing after a big week. Nice. Well, hopefully we can help out with that. All right. Here we go. Look out, kids, here she comes. Superhuman and no woman, no way. Pocket power, 5'1", nails for knives and buns for guns, no way. She's riding with a rope and he's wandering eyes. He's got a pretty face, but he tells all lies. Ray of the day, mold of the night, smoke and mirrors and fancy lights. Let me give you a reason to run. Coast to coast, we'll chase the sun in my boho limousine. A boho limousine. He got cool hair, but his wheels are square. So come on, roll in my boho limousine. She sparks wildfire with the big red lips. Bars New York City with the fingertips. No way. Just one gaze of her blue-green eyes. Parts of clouds, turns water to wine. No way. She's all shacked up atop a jack that's black. He'd put her on the table if he was strapped for cash. Let me give you a reason to run. Coast to coast, we'll chase the sun in my boho limousine. Boho limousine. He got leather seats, but his engine leaks. So come on, roll in my boho limousine. You can guide, you can drive, as long as you're by my side in my boho limousine. Boho limousine. You got diamond rings, but I'm the short and the swing of my boho limousine. Ha. Boho limousine. That's Boho, also available. And the TikTok, this is a new thing for me. I've been streaming for quite a long time on Twitch, which has been a hell of a lot of fun, and I'm still loving it. But I thought I'd try streaming as well on YouTube and TikTok. So for TikTok, it's only been the first week, I think, or maybe second week. So if this is something you want me to continue doing, because I generally do a Tuesday night and a Friday night, however you want to express that, those thumbs up, please let me know, because I'll be relying on your feedback, the follows and all that type of stuff to see whether there's a place for me on TikTok Live. So but we get up to lots of different things. So we use the whole studio here, which you can only see 9x16 of it, to create jams and songs. I mean, most of the album Miracles was created live on stream. And then we when we get enough subs and Patreon, I've only just launched Patreon, we can afford to bring somebody in the road when I tour to be able to stream those moments as well. So yeah. Thank you. Hey, Lisa Sherman, what's happening? Yeah, I could play Cool Changes for you. My voice is not fully warmed up, but let's give it a go, shall we? And try and rely on the backing vocals that are on the recording. And yes, I do have gigs going on at the moment, so if you want to check them out, go to nathancavallari.com/tour. So the rest of the gigs that I've got left this year are Southeast Queensland. That's on sale. We're going out west, Dubbo, Bathurst, and Camden. Camden's pretty much sold out. There's a limited amount of tickets in Bathurst. They're during the Bathurst 1000. I'm not sure how that gig is going to go. So whether people are completely rooted after watching the cars go around the track, or whether people actually want to go and see something and do something. I just played Melbourne at the start of the year, unfortunately. And we've got some in New South Wales, like Bateman's Bay. And I think that's the only New South Wales gig, actually. Yeah, that's correct. I think that's it, yeah. But next year is a big year. We've already got gigs booked in we've got a lot in Victoria. I think I've got 13 Victorian gigs, but they're theatres. And it's kind of like, it's a different type of show. It's more of like a personal journey type show. I've never done it before. There seems to be a demand for it. We also have some normal shows as well, normal shows like where I'm just playing music. So I believe Victoria is happening probably around March. I think February. That's right, around Valentine's Day weekend. So, Deb, which one are you coming to? Central Coast, yeah, that'll be next year as well. I think it's more like Hunter Valley. I think we're looking at Quirks. I think it is. Brisbane, yeah, sweet. So we're playing Ipswich or Wynnum. All right, let's Cool Changes. For Sherman. I forget the first one. Your camera refuses to focus on your face. Why? Never mind, there it goes. Why is it not focusing on my face? It's not a bad thing, really. I ever done the Early Beach Festival? I'm not allowed to say, I haven't, but I'm not allowed to say anything beyond that. But if you go to Airlie in 2026, you'll be hopefully happy. That's all I can say. All right. It was you? Awesome. All right. Well, I'm going to play Cool Changes for you. Where are you chiming in from, Lisa? What about Cairns? Ever done gigs in Cairns? I got a funny story about a gig in Cairns. Remind me to tell you it after I play Cool Changes for Lisa. You're from Texas. Cool. Hang on. I've seen your name. Maybe not. I thought I'd seen your name on Facebook, possibly from Texas. I think that might be a different Lisa. Anyway. Cool Changes. Let's go. Hey, it was Monday.
Take what you want, babe. Take all I got. I'm under the pressure to keep on keeping up with you. I'm under the pressure to keep up. Rising these rising tides. My hands are up, my eyes are shut. Don't wanna watch me mess it up. Can't get your breath, yet I'm holding it. Trying to heal a world with a hole in it. Maybe I'm not supposed to fight. Maybe I shouldn't even try. Maybe I should keep myself over with ease. I'm under the pressure to keep up. Riding these rising tides. I see the palms reach out. The purple sky seems so far away. And in my head I'm feeling cornered. The relief won't come my way. I keep riding these. 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 Riding these rising tides. That's for Lisa. Hope I did it justice. Yeah. Oh, hang on. I'm hearing a bit of DI guitar here. Let's fix that. So we did this little fun little challenge. Thanks, Jellybean. Welcome to chat, by the way. A fun little challenge on Tuesday with a fellow streamer and a really good dude, Michael Risky. Know any blues? Hell yeah, I know some blues. I'll play some blues shortly. And that's right, somebody asked me about cans. Hang on, sidestep. I'm going to talk about cans for a second. Somebody said, have you ever played in cans before? I get excited at the idea. I get excited whenever somebody says cans because I have quite an interesting memory that happened. Something that happened to me in Cairns. So I'm going to tell it. So don't judge me. Don't judge me. I was going through puberty, okay? So I did just go and purchase an album in a stubby holder as a thank you for playing Tilba. Oh, shit. I think the stubby holders are they still on sale on my website? Because I think they're sold out. Hang on. Oh, smack. Okay, cool. I was just messaging you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll see if we can find one. There might be something lying around. So let me maybe I should just nick ones from my parents stock.
Okay, so, okay, Cairns. Now, I had a lot of attention on TV, but that type of attention doesn't necessarily mean you have confidence in yourself, right? Because I still really struggled to connect socially. You got a lot of attention in the public eye, on the cameras and all that type of stuff, but what I wanted more than anything is just to feel good amongst the community of you know, friends and stuff that I had amongst my age group, right? So fast forward to high school, and I was terrible with the girls. I sucked. Absolutely sucked. And there's a Jessica Alba story in there somewhere. I'm not going to tell it because there's a lot of people here that have heard it a couple of times. So anyway, so I'm trying to connect despite the fact that my hormones are paralyzing me, and then my insecurities are magnified because I'm on TV all the time, right? And so I'm about 14 years old. No, I wasn't 15. I'm 14 years old. And anyway, it's really, this is in the 90s. So if you went around in Australia in the 90s, or maybe in America, you probably wouldn't know. And okay, so my parents are always on tour with me. That made it really difficult to connect with girls. On this particular occasion, we got a gig at Jono's Blues Bar in Cairns. Mum didn't go to that one, but Dad did. So I'm playing Jono's Blues Bar, and there's a girl in the front row. Now, I hadn't really kissed a girl before. The kiss fail I had was Jessica Alba, because she was in Camp Nowhere with me when I was 12. She kissed me, and I didn't know what to do with her. I didn't know what to do in that situation. I was paralyzed. It's the biggest fail of my romantic life. Anyway, so I'm nervous, right? And so I'm up on stage at Jono's Blues Bar, and there's this girl in the yeah, I know, I fumbled out. No. So there's this girl in the front row, and she's doing everyone else is pissed as farts, going, just rocking out to the blues. And there she is, just like giving me the eyes, this thing. And she was cute. She was cute. And she had this little denim vest on. And anyway, when you're on stage, I suppose the insecurities disappear. Sort of a false sense of security, but the sense of confidence, but sort of not really. I think a lot of the times our lack of confidence comes from the shit that's in our head, making stuff up. And so when you're on stage and you realize that people around you are a source of love and everyone's connecting, then maybe that is a true confidence. Who knows? I don't know. And so I kind of, I'm giving her the eyes a little bit, and, whatever. Cool. There's those sparks. And I finished the gig, and I'm backstage, and I'm hanging with my band so I'm 14, but the band were like in their 30s, 40s and up. And the security guard knocks on the door and says, and opens up the door, and he says, hey, Nath, there's a girl out here that wants an autograph, but she wants the autograph on her boobs. And now, context. I was taught very early on, and I'm glad I was taught this. I think every single dude, anybody should be taught this. Girls are not a piece of meat. Do not objectify a woman. This is about connection, right? And sex is a form of connection, play, yeah, all that type of stuff, but never objectify a girl. She's not a piece of meat, right? That's what I was taught for, and that's what was drilled into my head early on. Back that. Complete truth, and that's what I told my kids. I will tell my kids as well. So but then hang on, but then the The tricky part is that the hormones go, boobs! I want to see some boobs. That's what the hormones are saying. And then the other part of me is going, don't objectify a woman. Don't objectify a girl. Don't treat a girl like a piece of meat. Boobs! All right. So, but what leads is two things. My insecurity is going, I can't do that. And respect. That's what leads. While the boobs are screaming in the background. And I say, I'm glad that my embarrassment, Led Zepp, entertained you. And anyway, so I say to the security guard, I can't do it. And he's like, really? Are you sure? And I'm like, I can't. I can't do that. And even the band were like, bro, like, and they were trying to convince me. And I'm like, no, I mean, yeah, I want to, but no. I was just imagining how awkward it's going to be. I didn't no. And you go, the security guy goes, all right. No, everyone was so disappointed, even though it wouldn't have been their experience. So he goes back out and then he tells her. Anyway, half an hour goes by and he comes back in and he's like, listen, I've cleared out the whole pub. This girl will not leave until you sign her boobs. And then my dad, who remained quiet the whole time, chimes in and he goes, now this is a guy, that his opinion I hold high credibility, right? And he said, Nath, just do it. It'll make for a great story later. That's all. Just sign him. It's fine. That's what she wants, then cool. There's nothing wrong with that. And because I turned to him to back me up to go, hey, no. I'm like, are you serious? And I could just feel like I was getting pushed slowly towards, what deep down and in the background of my head, boobs, 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 boobs. And then the band were like, your dad's right. I'm like, shh. And then I'm like, all right, well, so he passed that first security guard. All right, so this is not disrespectful. It's not, okay, cool. We're just having a little bit of fun here. Well, how's it going to work out? Like, how am I going to do it? And so they're like, and security guard's like, are we going to do this? And I'm like, yeah, all right. Thinking that I would not be alone. That the band, my security blanket, would stick around. No. They all got up and they said, we'll leave you to it. No, don't leave me. And they all walk out, including my father. And then, so I'm there and I'm waiting alone for a good 2-3 minutes. And then the door opens. God, as I'm telling this story, this is the first time I've told this story so accurately that I'm starting to actually, it's like I'm 14 again. Anyway, she walks in. And I see her pop in and everything, cute little, chick with a denim vest on, and my heart is pumping. My heart is running a million miles an hour. I'm like, oh shit, bro, it's on, it's fucking on. What am I gonna do? And I haven't even kissed a girl. What if she just wants to get on to me and all that stuff? I don't know what to do. And she was really sweet. She came in and she's like, I loved the show and, all this stuff. And she sat right next to me. There were 10 other chairs in the room and she sat right next to me, real close. I felt like Marty McFly, when his mum's about to crack on to him, or his mum, when he starts getting all nervous and stuff like that. And then I'm there and she's, and so I'm trying to talk about anything else. I'm talking a million miles an hour, trying to avoid what I know she wants, right? So eventually somebody will come in and go, all right, time to go. I'm talking about everything. Oh, that flight in, it was pretty windy, it was pretty bumpy. I don't really like flying, and everything. But yeah, it's do you like blues music? I like blues music. I've been playing blues music, blah, 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 blah. And she's just sitting, just I could see her eyes were just all glittery and everything, just looking at me, and I ran out of things to say. And then and there was an awkward pause, and I'm like, I've got fucking nothing now, and I know what's coming for me. And then she goes, so just wondering if I could get an autograph. Sure. And I grab a pen and a piece of paper like that, quick as. And I'm like, who do you want me to make it out to? And she grabs my hand. She puts the piece of paper down. And she said, I don't want it on a piece of paper. And I'm like, really? And I know I turned into a tomato. I know that I turned into a mushy tomato that probably, if pushed, would have fucking exploded everywhere. And I said, oh, okay, where do you? And she's like, I was just hoping that you'd sign it on my, my body. And I'm like, sure, yeah, no worries. And then she just unbuttoned the vest, nice and slow. And I was like, shit, damn. And then so that like that voice that says, don't objectify, have respect. Even though she asked me, can you sign my boobs? It's like, I just felt that it was disrespectful still. So I started to sign up here. And she went, no, and grabbed my hand and moved it right down where I signed them right on the boobs. And I really wished I didn't have such a long name. I really wished, but then the other part of me is gone, bro, this is amazing. So I signed the boobs. And then she puts the denim vest back on and she says to me, can I get a kiss? And this is so shit. Again, like I'd never kissed a girl before other than Jessica Alba kissing me. I had some failed kisses, like cheeks, you're going to be like, bro, I kissed her on the cheek. I just went, so she gave me a hug. I gave her a hug back. I can do hugs. And then she, yeah, I know. And then she walked out and that was it. And, but what happened, I thought that was done, right? And so but the reason why I kissed her on the cheek was because I didn't know how to kiss a girl. And then when I walked out, I was at the back of the pack. Like my band were in front of me. And I had 2 guitar cases. And as I'm walking through the bar, I feel this hand grab me like that. I get pushed up against one of the pillars. And it was that girl. And she gave me a full-on pash, put her hands all over my body. And then she slipped a card because she was the receptionist of the hotel next door. And then I'm walking and I'm blushed. And so I'm sitting in the van and now my brain is starting to tick. I'm like, now boobies in the background of my head's going, bro, she gave you her card. Why don't you go say hi? And then, so I'm sitting there and I take out the card and I'm looking at it. And my dad says, what's that? And I say, that's her card. Apparently she's receptionist working next door. And he said, okay. He grabs the card and he's like, you've had your fun. Okay, just enjoy it for what it is. You don't want to go any further than that. And I'm like, okay. I didn't think afterwards he's probably pocketed it going, hey, so, I'm Nathan Cavalier's dad. No, I'm joking. And that was it. So every time somebody says, "Can you play Cans?" I think of that. And yeah, so as far as the age is concerned, they reckon she was probably a little too young to be at that bar. So I would be guessing that she was maybe 17. Still much older than a 14-year-old. Not that I was complaining. So there you go. Oh yeah, Wallaby Creek Patty was awesome. Maybe. It's funny, I've told that story a few times. I'm waiting for somebody to pop up and go, that was me. Old enough to have a business card. It's true. It's true. But anyway, there you go. Cairns. I forget who asked about Cairns. So was it Leash? Was it you? So planning on another trip to Cairns. Yeah. Been planning another trip to Cairns ever since 1996. Nah, I don't know many. Well, I mean, I know how to play like guitar to blues songs, but I don't really sing them because I feel like I still sound like I'm from Campbelltown. But let me grab, since somebody asked about blues, I'll grab another guitar and play some Muddy Waters. 30-year reunion tour next. So how old would she be then? Probably mid-50s. Probably looks a little different. That's okay. New song, Papa's coming for your business card. But yeah, absolutely. All right, let me grab another guitar. Actually, you know what? I'm going to play, since I've actually got a song that's sort of about a story similar to that. So, oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, 40. Ah, yeah, so similar age. It might work out. You're from Hoxton Park. I grew up in Camden. Similar language. Here's a song called Mama's Coming. This is about a song where you meet somebody that your parents don't approve of, which is another story about a stripper when I was also 14, trying to make it work until my mum stuffed it all up. Got me some trouble, wild and free. I can't bring her home. She don't drink tea. So we blow out bubbles down at the vacant lot. High behind the trees, birds will keep a watch. But there's panic at the park, trying to find my guts. Fireworks between us ain't blinding enough. And know I see what you're trying to do, but my moment's coming after you. Don't stay too long, hide them leg tattoos. You just turned 21, not 42. And you dance with a circus, not a Big Pete. You didn't meet online, met at a retreat. And I try to take a breath, try to shut my mouth. I can stop resisting, and I'll even let you pout. And I know it's all voodoo kung fu, but my moment's coming after you. Wrong lyrics. My mama's coming after you, baby. Oh, I want this education. Show me the ways of the world. Way down beneath the city lights, lava lamps and G motels, and you won over my friends. Neighbors seem to like your ride. Brother's coming around, even Papa's giving you a smile. And yes, she knows you are voodoo kung fu, but my mama's, yeah, my mama's, yeah, my mama's, my mama's coming after you. That song's out as well, so give it a spin. And there's lots of mentions of like Camden, Southwest Sydney and all that. I'm doing a gig out in Camden, my first hometown gig ever. I think I got up with Tommy Emmanuel years ago at Camden Civic Centre, but I think the last of the tickets are available, and it's a family gig as well, because it's on a Sunday at Camden Estate. So it's on my website. Go and check it out. There's a bunch of other gigs there as well. So randomly first gig was Phil Emmanuel with you as a supporter. It must have been like, that was at Narrabeen Sands, I think. I remember because he was pissed and he almost blew up the PA. So, yeah, good times. Chucky's your jam? I'll play Chucky for you. Song about childhood demons. We've got Halloween coming up, by the way. I'm playing Halloween, what do you call it? Nambour on Halloween, actually. All right, here we go. Oh, I've played South Africa. I'll tell you about that in a second. All right, Chucky. This is a fun one. Yeah. Two wild eyes spin around my head. Chucky's under my bed. No match for Superman, no match for Big Ted. Chucky's under my bed. Tick tock, all alone with Chucky below the phone. No rest for us, no peace for the dead. Chucky under your bed. So somebody asked about playing South Africa. I played South Africa in 2010 during the World Cup because a band that I filled in for a guitarist, Electric Mary, they were playing the Fanatics, the Australian camp in Durban. So I spent about 10 days in Durban, played a couple of gigs there, and then one in Cape Town, and then flew to Paris from Cape Town by Ethiopian Airlines, which, as somebody who, is a bit of a nervous flyer, that was testing. Yep, especially when you Google it, and terrorists had hijacked an Ethiopian Airlines plane a few months beforehand and crashed it into the desert. Hey, Helgen, remember when you was a little tacker on Hey? Yep, hey, thank you. Yeah, good times. I appreciate all the subs as well on Twitch. It as an artist who also streams and creates content and does all the things, it's can be a little challenging to work out how to monetize everything so you can keep doing it. That's really what it's about. Keep doing it while giving my kids, my family a certain type of life, and we're getting there. I'm not one of those whinging poor musos. Yeah, I'm not going to whinge about it. It's a puzzle, trying to solve it. There's different ways that you can support what I do. You can go into Patreon. Patreon's something new that I've just kicked off. Go and have a look at the tiers there and see if any of that stuff resonates with you. It all contributes to keeping this on the road and happening, and me recording and all that type of stuff. There's also just donation links. If you're on Twitch, subbing definitely helps. And yeah. I remember searching Weet-Bix packets in the supermarkets trying to find your CD in the box. You mean the Jimmy Barnes Gonna See My Baby Tonight one? That's a fun song. That's a really cool song. Alright, let's play some more tunes. Oh, that's right. I wanted to show you guys a little a track. I'm not going to play it. I'll show it because I'm here in the studio. So Michael Risky, who's a fellow streamer, and he does these great YouTube clips. He's just started them called Becoming a... So there's Becoming a Knight, there's Becoming a Ghost Hunter, there's Becoming a Nudist, and he wanted to do Becoming a Rock Star, which I was like, why did you choose me for? And they're like, Becoming a Has-Been? Yes. Becoming a Rock Star? No. But yeah, we're mates. So him and his missus came up, and we ended up getting together in the studio, having a chat. But the mission was, can we create a song from scratch and do it within 6 hours? So that's write it, record it, play it, do all the parts, and rough mix it. It was hard. It was really hard. I think that the part of the process that took the longest was just writing it. Now, and also just like navigating that part of your the perfectionist. Like, that's hard, because it's like, for me, I'm just like, if I'm going to write something and put something out, it's got to tick a significant amount of boxes for me to even want to do the demo. And I think sometimes that can choke the creative process if I'm too guarded. So I really had to do a lot of work with him to just let go. Like, so things like, whether it was something that was a little too expected or typical or whatever it is. That stream was about momentum. It was about just don't overthink it, just do it. So this is what we came up with. Hang on, that doesn't really offer you much. So it's called She Ain't No You. I'm singing on it, but he's also singing on it. This is also a little outside of my comfort zone when it comes to vocals. Generally, I need like a good week to sit with something to find home. But so it's fucking rough around the edges, but I'm pretty stoked that we all created this within 6 hours. So here we go. Come here, baby. That's not supposed to be there.
She got one man turned her by the wayside. She got one man calling out for more. She got so many things, but baby, she ain't no you. She don't want him hanging off her left arm. He don't want her walking out the door. She has one foot planted, but hey, she ain't no you. She ain't no you. Come on. She got so many things, but baby, she ain't no you. Everywhere, but that won't face the truth. You can fake that smile, that might work for a while. Tell your lies and compromise if that's what you wanna do. You can twirl your hair, new fancy shoes, pretty lipstick everywhere, but that won't face the truth. You can fake that smile, that might work for a while, and tell your lies and compromise if that's what you wanna do. Control your hair, new fancy shoes, pretty lipstick everywhere, but that won't face the truth. She ain't no you. She ain't no you. She ain't no you. She ain't no you. Maybe she got your man, but she ain't no you. 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 Maybe she got your man, but she ain't no you. Got one man for the races, another handbag for the beach, 100 men right beneath her. Oh, got one man for the races, another handbag for the beach, 100 men right beneath her. She ain't no you.
So there you go. We created that from nothing in 6 hours, and it was definitely a collaboration because we had the girls in here as well, Kira and Smack. We had a couple people in chat contribute as well. So I think, the purpose of doing that was, and well, from his perspective was, what can you create if the only goal is to have fun? This wasn't like about creating a worldwide hit or trying to trying to write. It's just, what do you create if you just want to have a bit of fun? And that's what we did. That was a collaboration for that stream that we did on Tuesday with Michael Risky, Dan. So yeah, I think I could picture that at a crowded pub. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be like completely honest here, and I know this is my own issues here. And I feel like I could be wrong, but when I listen to Daniel Johns, like Silverchair, right? Now, that stuff, like Freak, Israel's Son, all that, that's like really, it's pretty just simple. It's not very musically intelligent. It's all emotion and feel, and that's what fucking makes it great. And I feel like when I listen to his stuff as Over Time, which is also incredible, it almost feels like, I could be wrong, there is a natural aversion to him wanting to create anything that is simple or even expected, that everything has to either be, have a certain level of musicality that goes beyond what's expected. It can't be anything that's expected. It's got to be an artwork that, and I feel like I've got a little bit of that in myself. Not that I don't like simple things. There's some songs out, like I definitely believe in simple, but I do have an aversion to things that feel expected. And so when but the problem with that is that the biggest hits in the world that people that the majority kind of go, fuck, that's catchy, or that there's a simplicity. There's often things that are a little bit expected, but then it's the personalities around it that make that song their own, and that's why, So I worry sometimes that I throw out songs because they don't tick my own personal boxes that could actually resonate with the general public. And that's, I feel like that could be one of them. Because I did hit a few trigger points. So I was like, what? Can't we do something a bit different? Can't we do like that? But, so I don't know. I'm in two minds about whether I want to put it out or not. What do you guys reckon? Chrome Viper, yeah. To me, that's like being a cook and worrying about being like McDonald's. Yeah. And I think we oversteer. Paranoia, we can't see or hear things how the general public is going to. I mean, like, hey, Toffa, how you doing? Mark Mooney, you throw out songs, I'm diving into the bin. I think you overthink it sometimes. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Stu, by the way? Tilba, I've got a gig. The closest gig I've got is Bateman's Bay, which is on sale now. So Tilba's probably not until early next year. Dan, fantastic. I would listen to it. What do you mean? If you're a trained artist, you can see techniques in others, but for the untrained, it's not seen. Yeah, it's true. What's the word? Well, okay. I'm going to play you another song that I was not going to release. I'm actually glad I released it because it's actually doing better than most of the stuff I've written. So check this out. This is a song. So every Valentine's Day. Yeah, but here's an example of why I don't trust myself, Nicole. Because, hang on, sorry. My backups are on. Hang on, 2 secs. Turning them off. Here's an example of why I don't think it's as simple as that. Is that this song that I'm about to play to you now, I'm actually really proud of. But when people begged me to put it out, we just did this for Valentine's Day for a bit of a laugh. Every Valentine's Day, we choose a really cheesy song from the 80s or 90s and try and do a version of it, my version of it. And it's a fun challenge. But I never want to put them out. But when we did this one, everybody on Twitch, and I also had friends saying, you got to fucking put this out. I think deep down I liked it, but I was just, there's other shit that was getting in the way. So anyway, I was like, there were too many signs around me, not just the people, but also synchronicities that I'm like, man, I'm going to put this out. I put it out, I let go of it, I forget about it, I've come back to it, and I'm like, this is cool. That's actually cool. I'm happy that it's out there. Because also, there are songs that I have put out that I genuinely loved, and I'm like, this is me, I put it out, and then a year goes by, I look back and I'm like, oh man, I'm not really into that anymore. So anyway, this is a Whitney Houston song. Check this out.
Clock strikes upon the hour, the sun begins to fade. Still enough time to figure out how to chase my blues away. I've done right up till now. It's the light of day that shows me how. When the night falls, the loneliness calls. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Oh, I've been in love and lost my senses, spinning through the town. Sooner or later, the fever ends and I wind up feeling down. I need a friend who'll take the chance on a love that burns hot enough to last. So when the night falls, my lonely heart calls. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Oh, give me some sex, baby. I need a friend who'll take the chance on a love that burns.
So this is the part where Stream sent in their own vocals on voice memos to get the sing-along. Check this out. It sounds terrible.
With somebody who loves me. Come on. With somebody who loves me.
Dance.
Dance. Dance. With somebody.
Yeah.
Anybody? Anybody?
Yeah, so, I wasn't going to put that out because it's not... I think it's maybe because things have to sit real deep in me to want to put it out. If it sits on the surface, then it's not good enough. So, Anthony Kiedis didn't want to put out Under the Bridge. So... yeah, I might re-look at that Michael Risky one. I'm glad that I put that one out. You can get that on Spotify and stuff. Yeah, no, it was fun. It was fun. All right, let me. I'm gonna play 2 more songs and I gotta head off. You can ask a question, Darkness. Go for it. Can't remember this.
Whoa. No. What's going on? Hang on. That's so shit. Oh my god, I'm so sorry about that, guys. That was terrible. I haven't played that jam in ages. Oh my god. Oh, lucky it's live and it's not taped and online forever. Let me play another instrumental and then we'll go. So as I mentioned before, TikTok, this is a new thing for me. I've been on Twitch for a while, but if you want me to continue playing, oh, wrong guitar. If you want me to continue streaming, hit the follow button and yeah, give me the thumbs up if you want me to make it a thing. We do Tuesday nights and Friday nights. That song in Nathan's style would be killer. Which song? I remember this dude keeping up with Diesel. They were good days. Alright, this is a new one. Again, I might stuff it up because I haven't played it live that much at all. All right. That's rocking that one. All right. Last one. Fun little jam. Oh, yeah. Lorraine, kids do that. Good to see ya. Stop being a perfectionist and just release it. Words for Nathan to live by. Oh, that's so hard. It's so hard. It's so difficult. I'll try.
I just don't like the idea of also looking back and going, God, I got to release so much shit. But then also I don't want to look back and see that I haven't released much at all. Latest song, guys, go and check it out if you like it. We're trying to get it out there. Actually, it's sort of doing its job. It's a song called Tilba. So and the previous one, Mum Is Coming, and then I've got my live album, Live at the Weedy. Just go and check out Spotify, Apple Music. Probably the album that I'm most proud of is the one that just hasn't done anything really. I don't know why. Every song that I've released that wasn't a part of the label that I was with for Miracles has done way better. Miracles, isn't it wild? I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's an algorithmic thing or it just didn't resonate with the people, but I strongly advise that if you want to check out what it is I do now, check out Miracles. Miracles for me is a huge evolution from Demons, which has done really well. The album's called Miracles, yeah. Go and check it out. Oh, what are your thoughts on I don't know too much of The Darkness, but the little that I have heard and seen, massive respect. And I love Justin Hawkins. I love his thing that he's got on online as well. I think I get inspired by all just the different ways that he connects with the general public as well, and his just thoughts on music in general. Like, he's a dude that I'd love to meet one day. I just sent it to a friend today, and they said 3 songs are on their daily playlist now. Thanks, Dan. All right. I'm going to head off. I'm going to have some food. Wish me luck on this flight on Sunday. Flying on a tiny little Pilatus plane that's probably good for about 4 to 6 people on it. I'm a little bit nervous. Yep, you too, Smack. At least we're going to be in it together. And fingers crossed. I'm hoping that at least, because I know it's a mental game. It's all in the mind. It's all in the head. So it's I'm just hoping that the fascination of flying in a private plane outshines the fears. So is used by the roulettes. Cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on for stream next Tuesday night, where I'll tell you all about the weekend and play some more tunes. So tons of love.